So we created this folder, and here we saw in the last session that how the git test, git add, git commit, and these things works. Okay, anyone wants to have a quick recap of the things? Like anyone is feels that okay, they have forgot, so I'll just take 5 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and we'll do a quick recap of the things. So okay, so now if you see here, okay, so we saw that what is git basically. So git is what the one of the popular version control system. Okay, now what, so what do you mean by version control system is that anything which basically helps you to track your changes or to manages your files and the stuffs over the time, that is basically your version control system, which allows you to compare your previous files, make maintain the files and make the changes and all those blah blah stuffs. So git is nothing but it's one of the version control systems like your other version control systems like subversion, the cvs and other stuffs. Okay, so git is definitely the winner in the market. The reason for that because of its high popularity and lot of usage. So that's the reason git is very very popular in the market. People who are not speaking, go on mute please. Joining multiple times one person and like disturbing the class. Okay, now so these are the other version control tools which we have, like the subversion, the team foundation version control and other stuff, among which git is one which has taken the popularity. Okay, now when we say life without git, at what exactly would happen or what exactly does git do for us? So we know that git helps us to track the multiple files, compare the versions of the project time, like take the backup of the previous versions and the older versions and like put it here, collaborate and share the changes, combine the changes and all those stuff. So here's the analogy where like it says that uh, let's say you start a new project. Okay, there is a browser and we are developing HTML website and you are starting a new project. Now as a first thing what you did, you will initialize the project, means you have added a checkpoint. Once you have initialized the project, you will see that you are working on a navigation bar. You see the first thread here which wasn't there, now you were working on this navigation bar. Slowly you have added like, so you have added this top navigation bar and the further things, like further you have added some content, then again you have added some checkpoint and you have added, you say that it's a first row. So again more and more contents and more stuffs. Now the whole point here is that you're adding up the things, you're making the changes, you're putting all those things. Okay, now the problem is that you have made all this, and if you don't store it in a particular version control system, and or if you don't create a copy of this to maintain the version history, what's going to happen? Your boss will come and he says that hey, the colors are bad, I didn't like the black background color, created back, converted back to white, or I didn't like this red color, I didn't like this yellow color, come and do this bad. So what you will be do, you will just come and you will update the particular color or update a particular theme, because you can push the code, you can pull the code from your older version, and by uploading the color and the code and the changing, you can bring it back to the newer version. Okay, any questions so far? Everyone clear until now? Okay, so you see whatever the checkpoints were there, it has been converted back to that, and they have made the added the contents and accordingly made the changes. Okay, now the Linus towards, who was basically a software engineer who developed the Linux, and he is only the main developer who has developed the Git as well. Okay, so when earlier what used to happen, like in the long back, like these same problems used to occur where like the version history, version control systems were an issue at a time. So these existing tools were very slow and not giving the most of the closure of the brief enough of the idea and the things. So he came up with this tool and he created a Git. Okay. Now once he has Git, so he referred to Git as a stupid content tracker, like while when he was working on it, and like everyone at the end of the day, he named it to the Git. So this is all about the story of a Git. Okay, I've already shared and uploaded all these documents in your drive. Here, everything is there along with the exercises and the things. So it will be it. You can like track everything. You see Git exercise one, and everything is there. So you just have to go ahead and practice of the things. Nothing else you have to do. So there are more than the things which you need here, and so you just have to go ahead and practice and all. Okay, now moving back to this. So yeah, so this is very very important for all of the engineers and the coders to track their code and the things on the Git. Okay, for anywhere it's very very important. Now is Git equivalent to GitHub? So that's the answer as no. The reason because Git is a version control system, whereas GitHub is a service which is being provided to host the Git repositories in the cloud. Okay, so GitHub is what? It is a service. Similar way the GitLab is what? That's a service where it is all this all is being done. Okay, so these are the two different aspects. With the Git, everything is on your local machine, whereas with the GitHub, you are storing all those things over the cloud. In the cloud, you are storing all the files here. Okay, so that's very very much important. And again, it's a distributed system as we saw last time discussed in the session. So you can basically two people can access the same thing from the same time over the cloud. Or with this particular visualization, it says that you can basically the multiple people can come and they can visualize it. Moving ahead further, I have also created one document name as an installation link. Okay, which will give you the idea that how the Git is installed and the things are there. So yeah, so if you go this Git, we know that it's a basically a terminal tool or it's a command line tool where most of the things times you run a various Git commands in Excel, and it provides you a most user friendly experience. So based on those stuff, Git UI has definitely some of its own pros or some of its own cons, which really doesn't matter. But this is how the GUI clients are there. Even the same way goes with the pros and cons of a Git command line. But at the end of the day, if you have to do the Git, so there are two things. Like either you can download the Git Kraken, okay? So Git Kraken is one of the recommended tool, which is definitely a free, but doesn't matter. We will use a normal Git and the Git Bash or the things. So we have already done the installation and see the installation part and see that how we can configure the user email and my username. So for all this, this will be a configuration and installation part of a Git. Okay. Now, so we also talked about the repository and the things that what is the Git repository. Git repository is nothing. It's basically a kind of a workplace or kind of a folder where you which basically tracks and manages the files within a folder and the stuff. Okay. Now, so basically every time you create your own project or you start new project, so what you do that we start doing that you start maintaining a Git repository, okay, which will have all the files and the dependencies and the things necessary. Let's say we have a website and or we have a text where it has a portfolio website, it has a startup ideas, it has some movie script and these stuffs. So what we come over to that is about the committing. Now we already saw about this thing that whenever we add some file or whenever we have to track anything in a Git, we go ahead with the basic command, which is known as a git init, okay, which stands for git initialize. What does it do? Basically, it initializes the repository for you, and it creates a .git files and the folders inside it. Now, when it does the same thing, does that, so it starts tracking up the git initialization and the other part. Now, the whole point here is to understand is that once you have added the files, once you have committed the files, how you have to proceed further. So in that case, what you will be doing that, so let's forget about this. Okay. So you can read about all these documents. Okay. That's not for worry about this. So yeah, now everyone open your terminals and do the same stuff parallelly with me, what I'm doing. Before that, any questions so far? Everything clear? Whatever we have studied, a quick recap of everything. Okay, I'll assume the silence as yes because I can't explain the protocols again and again, but it's okay. Now, so let's see how we can work here. Okay, we have this git underscore test folder. Okay, now the one more important thing is that right now, if you check git status, so it says git test is not added. Okay, so if I do just git add dot, and if I do git status, so the test has been added, whatever the test directory was. Okay, now I'll just do git commit -m, and I'll say test directory is added. Okay, and if I do git status again, everything is clean. Now the whole problem or the whole point to understand all the things here is that how we can move forward. Okay, now git also generates the log for it. Okay, git generates the logs for it. Those logs are what? Those logs are nothing but they represent you, represent the status of the thing. So if you type git space log, you will get all the logs. Now, when you do git space log, the first log entry which will be there here, this is a commit ID. Okay, this is a commit ID, which will tell that for this is the major ID right now. Okay, now now you have a head here, and head is pointing out to master. Okay, this head is what? It's basically nothing. This head is uh, head tells you that that this head is going to put you or let you know that right now your git cursor is pointing to this server. Okay, sorry, to this particular branch. Okay, this is the current location of my git branch. First thing, master is what? Master is your branch. Okay, that is your default main branch. Okay, that is our default main branch. Why we have configured our email ID or something? Because if my git repository is being shared by anyone else, and if he or she is making any changes, so I will be aware of those with this author and with the date timestamp, because with the author contains your username and email ID, which will tell you that who has made what changes. Why I have told that your commit statement should be in a proper way? Why it is in a proper way? Because let's say if you don't have your commit statements in a proper way, it would be difficult to other people, for other people to understand that on which commit what has been done, and you can't reverse the commits, or you can't make the code from that particular repository or from that particular commit ID. The first 6 digits of the commit is very, very important. Okay. Means if I have to just see this commit ID details, okay, so I'll say git log this and it will just show me the detail of that particular commit ID and the associated one. Okay, clear so far, Deepika? With help. Rajeshwari? Okay, so git log is one of a very, very useful command which will help you to track all the things, which will tell you that okay, what changes are being done at what place. Okay, now there is also one thing known as atomic commits. Okay, known as atomic commits. Now atomic commits are what? Atomic commits are those where yeah, so atomic commits are those where you don't have to where you group the commits of the same category in one place. Example, right now if you do ls minus lrt, okay, let's say I do file1.txt and here I'm adding hi, this is the third line in the file, and again I am creating one more song, one more file which is named as playlist.txt, and here I am saying arjit.txt, let's say Arjit Singh, Shreya Ghoshal, and whatsoever the names are. Now we have created the, what we have done, we have modified one file by changing the characters, and we have created a new file name as playlist. Correct? These are the two operations we did, guys. Okay, so if you don't want to respond like this, okay, I'll share all the documents and everything. Study yourself. Okay, take my recorded sessions and enjoy. This session is not for the people who just came here to watch. Make it as interactive as you can.
Yes, we are doing.
Who is this?
Vishnu.
I don't see any response from you. And you say, yes, we are doing. I really don't like extra smart people. Okay, guys, make sure. So if we do the git status here, now you see we have two actions. Okay, one is a modified file, other one is a new file which we have added. Okay, one is a modified file where we have made the change, another is a new file. Now what basically the concept of atomic commits says, or what does atomic commits means, that we group the similar kind of a changes in one category. Means now can anyone tell me what message will be there? Okay, if you, let's say if you have to commit all this together, you will do write what message? That appended the line 3 or made the changes in file1.txt and added a new file called as a playlist.txt. Means in one commit action you try to do two things, which is okay, but again you have to group it together. Example again, let's say in the cd test, okay, there is a abc.txt file. Now here you added that this is my abc.txt file. Now, if you do git status, now there are two files which are modified, abc.txt and this. So to commit this kind of things, what you can do, so you can commit in one go with a -a command, okay? And you can write git commit -a, and you can do the dot/slash file1.txt abc.txt and -m appended the lines in the file. Okay. No, both are a different option. You can't use -am because -am will be treated as one option, which is not there actually. -a is one option, -m is another option. You can't club them together. Now, if you do this, okay, okay, this option works. We'll see what exactly is causing the problem. However, for now, we'll do with git add option. Now you see git status, the two files has been added. Now there is what the new file which is left. So now you will add the playlist.txt, not the playlist.txt. Now you will first commit, okay, and in the commit you will write appended lines in the file. Now if you see git status again, only playlist.txt is written. And if you do for git log, so now you see git log, what appended the lines in the file, everything is being tracked by git log, okay? Whatever changes, whatever stuff you are doing, each and everything is being tracked here in the git status, okay? Now in the git log, sorry, if you go with the git status and if you do git add slash playlist.txt, it will now add this. And now if you do git commit -m and you give added my songs playlist, if you do git status, everything is clean, we are good. So what we did is that we have basically, if you see git log, we have done the atomic one. This is my latest commit. For every commit, there is a different unique commit ID, which is actually a git commit ID. Everyone clear so far? Okay. Now, can okay. Now we talked about head, we talked about the master here, we talked about this. Okay. Now, so last time we also talked about git push command. Can anyone tell me what is a git push command? If I have to push this, what I have to do? Vishnu? So what I have to do, Vishnu? If I have
Yeah,
to
yes.
uh, if I have to push all these changes to my GitHub account, what I have to do?
Mm,
So what we have to do, we have to first of all make sure that my remote, my origin and the origin is set. Okay, so with the command git remote minus v, this will tell me whether my git origin is set or not. Origin means what? That to which git repository it has to be pushed. Okay, to which git repository it has to be pushed. So we'll give the SSH path of that, and here we will write git push origin, that to this it has to be pushed, and which branch we have to push, master branch. So this will push all the changes into my GitHub repository. So if I go now to my github.com, okay, if I go now to my github.com, and if this is my repository, here you see the playlist.txt is also added 3 minutes ago. And whatever changes I have made, all those changes 4 minutes, 3 minutes ago are there. Okay. Now, this was something which we did last time. Let's start moving ahead a little bit. Okay. And let's focus on the another concept which is known as Git branching. Okay, what is it known as Git branching? 1 minute, let me just share my terminal only. Now we know if we do Git branch, it will tell me that to which branch it is currently there. The star will tell me this. If I have more than this branch, it will show me the list of those branches too. Let's say here I want to add 2 more branches. Now, before that, what is the concept of the branch? Okay, let's say you are working on your master branch normally, or any of the changes. Now, what happened that there are 10 people or 5 people, whatsoever number they are working. If all those 5 people, if all these 5 people will come and will make the changes to this master branch, okay, if all these 5 people will make changes to this master branch, what will happen? There will be the conflict of the changes. There will be what? There will be the conflict of the changes. Okay, everything will be there in this same path. Now, the whole problem is that everything is into the same box, into the same. You're dumping each and everything here only, here only, here only. Means the changes are not in a proper way. To avoid this kind of a situation, there is a concept named as a branch. Means from master branch, so from this master branch, okay, what happens that if there is a new feature to be included, so you create another branch named as a developer branch. If there is a fixed bug included, then you create again another branch named as a fixed bug. Now the whole point is, if there is another development branch also, then you will call it as a development branch. Means there are 3 branches, and end of the day, the branch which is more important, that is master or the main branch. But what you need to do is that whatever your changes are there, whether it's related to bug fix, whether it's related to the development branch or anything, all those changes has to be incorporated in those branches only. And at the end of the day, you go and you merge the 2 branches. Means you combine all the branches, which is going to have you or provide you a single path of a data. Okay, just give a thought over the statement which I have made just now, and let me know if any questions. So just I'll give you 1 minute to make this. Okay. So Git branches are nothing. It's basically for the segregation of your work. Means, let's say you have one code to fix the bug, where one to provide a new feature, other to develop something. So you will have a three different branches rather than making the changes in one branch and conflicting the things. So that is the use of a branch. Okay. Now let's come over to how to create a branch. To create a branch, we'll just use a git branch command followed by the name. Means we'll write git branch development. Now if I do git branch now, this will tell me what all branches I have. It will tell me list all the branches. It will list all the branches, and it will basically give you the two branches. One is the master and the other is development. Now, if you go here and if you refresh your GitHub, if you refresh your GitHub screen, basically, no. So these changes will also be incorporated only and only if you go and make any commit. Until then, it will not. Git status is clean for now. Everyone clear with Git branch? We'll create one, two more branches. Okay. Now, my master is clean. My master status is clean. Let's say I have to make any changes into the, I have to add some file into another branch, which is known as development. So I'll add the git switch and the branch name that will switch my branch.
That is
Okay. That will switch my branch. Now this is doing what? That this is basically, you see the star has moved from master to development, and I am right now at which branch? A development branch. Now let's say I'm creating one file name as develop.txt, and I'll say this file is used to track the changes for development. Now if you do git status, this will show here this problem. But what if I do git switch master, and if I do git status again, and now if I do git status again, so what it says, there is one untracked file, but your branch master is clean. Now here the whole point to understand is, if I do git switch development again, and now if I do git add develop.txt, and if I do git commit -m added file track development changes, okay, and I push my code for origin master, and I'm pushing it, sorry, git push origin which develop branch, okay, development branch, this branch name I have to change. So these changes have made to the development branch. Now any doubt till so far? Now if you do git log and you see this, now your head is pointing to the development branch. Okay, your head is pointing to development branch, whereas earlier it was pointing to your master branch. Okay, now let's see what happened in the GitHub, because we have pushed the code, right? If you see right now my GitHub has only one branch master, and it had these three files. In an ideal scenario, we have not merged the changes from development branch to master branch. So there should not, develop.txt should not come into the master branch. Let's refresh the screen. And now if you see, there is another branch, development. Your development branch, okay. So there is a pull request actually. Let me just pull it. So I'll come over to the pull request later on. Okay. I'm just doing this. Now, if you go back to this, now if you see a development branch, okay. Yeah. So we have merged the changes. Hence we have the everything abc.txt and development.txt, everything. Otherwise, you will have only one file which is named as develop.txt in this. Okay. If we don't merge it, until we don't merge it, you will not have all the things, because in a development branch you have added only develop.txt. Okay. Now moving back, we also created git branch test. So git switch test, and let's create a file test.txt and do the same thing again.
Sachin, here we can't create file using touch.
Why?
I'm just asking here to create a file. You are giving like in Git, you are giving Git test, right?
So
Under
I'm
under folder, if you want to create a file, so can't we create using touch command?
we have created using touch command only, na?
You have created like Git and
Here, this is a command I have used. Text.txt is my file name, and I have used a touch command. See, so it will create it. Okay. Now, if you switch over to git switch test, and if you do git commit -m -a, adding to test branch, when not sure something has been changed. So okay. Now, if you see, my test branch data has been added to my test branch, and my head is pointing now to the test branch. Okay. Everyone clear so far? And if I do git push origin test, it will push the data to the test branch. So if you create it again, there is a test branch created, and in test branch we have only one file which was earlier, yet it is not showing me other one because it says that there is a pull request came in. Okay. And this test.txt has been added to this test branch. Okay. Now, okay. Now move on to the further things. Let's say we have some of our passwords, some of our API keys, some of our secrets, okay, which we don't want to share with anyone. If we don't want to share any of our passwords, any of our secrets, any of our things with anyone, and I would like to separate it out from this. In those kind of scenario, in those kind of places, what you basically do is that you create a file name as a dot git ignore, okay, which will be ignored by git. And here you say that okay, my password is equal to whatever it is, and you push it. Now if you do git status again, it will say there is dot git ignore. So if you add it normally like this, okay, and if you say git commit minus m added git ignore and git commit minus m adding git ignore, this is going to do what? This is also going to add the git ignore, okay, and do nothing else. Now the whole problem or the whole point here is, if you do git status, your working tree is clean. And we are in which branch right now? Test branch only. And if you do the git push origin test, it will again push all the changes there, and you refresh it, you see dot get ignore has been added. And if you view, it will show you the passwords, which ideally should not be there, right? Basically what we want to achieve is that we don't want to share the git ignore file with anyone. So before that, Shilpa, you got the concept of git ignore? Okay, Rajeshwari.
Yes, Sachin.
Okay, now, so to do this kind of scenarios or to do this kind of things, what you have to do is that you have to make the changes, and you have to globally define that you don't want your git ignore file. Now what will happen, that you can write this command git config minus minus global core dot exclude files, means you have to exclude these kind of files, okay. Now you see, when you have to exclude these kind of files, so you will go to this file and write here password 12345 and save this, okay. Now the whole, so what the above command, what is it did, that it created into your home directory dot git ignore file, okay. We have edited the file, okay, and we have make the things, okay. Now to stop tracking the file, okay, to stop tracking any of this file, what we will do, we'll write git rm minus minus cached dot git ignore. So if you do git status, this will delete the file, okay. This will do what? It will delete the file, it will untrack this file, means it will stop tracking it, okay, but not delete it from the system. It will not track the file, but it will not delete it from the system, okay. Now for this, you have to, how you can commit it, you can commit it with this option git rm. Now if you do git add dot, and let's say that git ignore is now working, so if you do git status, okay, and and you do git push origin. We are still on test branch. So you see, now it has rejected because there are no changes. Now, if you go back and if you see there, those files will not be there. You see, .gitignore file is not there because it has removed it. So it will remove it from the tracking history. Okay, it will not capture it on the tracking history, but that file will be here for your purpose. Okay, for your thing, this file will be there. Getting it, everyone? Getting the concept of the branch, getting the concept of the git ignore and those things. Now, let's, we got that the how we can do the git branch and these things. Okay, but if I have to delete any branch, if I have to delete any branch, for that I will do git branch minus d, and let's say I did test. So it says cannot delete because you have to check it out, because right now I am into this branch. Okay, so I'll do git switch master git branch. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so if I do git branch minus d, you see it says error because the branch is not fully merged. Okay, so still we haven't created any kind of a pull request or any kind of those stuff from here, but because you remember we haven't created a merge for this branch, but for the branch which I have created a merge development, it says the branch is in deleted. My bad, we have to pass a capital D actually, and you see the branch is deleted. And now if you do git branch, you have only two branches here. One is a master, another one is a test branch. Okay, so to delete any branch, you will be doing this. Okay, now the whole point to understand here is that what's the difference between minus small d and minus capital D. Minus small d will delete the branch from local, and minus capital D will delete the branch from remote. Okay, also if you have to delete the branch remotely, so you can write git push, okay, origin minus minus delete and your remote branch name. So this will delete the branch from your remote repository, that is from your GitHub. You see local branch is there. In this local, my branch is there. But if I show it to you on the local, on the remote it is not there. Getting the difference? If you have to remove the branch from the remote repository but have to keep in a local, you will follow this command. If you have to delete it from the local, small minus d, from the remote, small minus d, this also. Still you see deleted development branch, but still it is there. Okay, and the reason it is there because of this only. Any questions so far? Now the point is, when you think it is a problem or it is important to delete the branches, okay, this is actually need to understand. See, Git has a lot of important features and the things. Okay, now most of the time if you see that okay, there is the work has been completed or you don't need that branch further, then only you go and you delete the branch, otherwise you don't. Okay, if Git is not allowing you to delete any branch from your local, okay, means in the case where if I say that git branch minus the test, it says the branch test is not fully merged, and I have, it says if you are sure you want to delete it, run minus d command, means forcefully, and these things we are doing it. But in this case the problem is what, that branch is not getting deleted. The reason, because we have not check out from the branch. Okay, we have not check out means we have not completely moved out from the branch. If I do git checkout test, now this is what this will basically switch checkout. So sorry, my bad. Switch and checkout works in the similar fashion. Okay. Now if you do test again, it says cannot delete the branch test checked out at this, means you have in, so you can't delete the branch if you are in the same branch. Okay, if you are in the same branch you can't delete the branch. Okay, now if you have to, so this is your whole story of the git branch part. Any questions so far?
Yeah, Sachin, in if we cannot delete in the same branch, I'm okay. If you are in different branch and if you want to delete the other branch, if it has some more files inside, then it will straight away delete, or we have
It
to
will
go
delete
inside
it.
and delete.
No, it will delete everything. It will delete the branch and the files inside that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is about the git branches and these things. Now we come over and we talk about the git merge. Okay. Now let's see first theoretically how git merge works. Now when I talk about the merging the branches, merging means that you have to merge the two branches, big reason, so that all the data is in one branch. Okay, or all the data is in sync, and that can be done using a simple command known as git merge command. Now merge command lot of time confuses people, because when we merge branches, okay, not the commits, you can't merge the two commit id, but you can merge the two branches. Okay, you always have to merge the branch with the current head branch. Okay, whatever the current head branch is there with that. So to merge the branch you have to follow these basic steps. The one is that you have to switch to or check out the branch you want to merge the changes into, means you should be into that branch in which you want to merge the changes. Example, if you have to merge the changes into the master branch, you have to switch over to the master branch and then issue a git merge command from the specific branch which you want to merge. Okay, now here was my master, okay, at this commit ID. Now I have made some changes and this was my bug fix. My head is pointing to this one. So what I want to do is that I want to merge this and this master and this bug fix together. So what I want, when I do git switch master, my head will point to master. Getting it, guys? Understand this. This is a very complex concept. So understand it in a better way. Yashwant, getting it? Ramesh? Okay. Now, further, what you do once you do git merge this, so your master will come to this one. Okay. And further, if you see the architecture diagram, it will look like this thing. Okay. So this process is known as a fast forward process. Means you are basically moving your master to a forward branch. Okay, you are moving the master to the further commit branch. Okay, now right now understand a scenario. Let's say there are two people working. One person is working on a master branch, other one is working on a bug fix. Someone, once you are trying to merge, someone went and made a commit on a master branch. Okay, he made some changes on a master branch. In that scenario, what is going to happen, that it will throw you an error that your master branch is not up to date. Master branch is not up to date, and this will not allow you to merge the branches. So you see, it says this git will prompt for a message and it will not allow you to merge it. It will give the merge conflict. Okay, and this will happen like this. So in this kind of scenarios, we have to see this conflict markers. Means it will show you these conflict markers and these things, and it will help you to resolve the, like you have to resolve these conflicts. If you can't resolve these conflicts, you will not be aware, you will not be able to merge anything. So what you have to do, you have to open up a file with the merge conflicts and edit the files and accordingly remove the conflicts, and then it will close it off. Okay, now the merge branch concept is quite a little complex. So we will see it again practically, that how can we merge any branch or how can we make any changes to any of the branch merging part. Okay, we are left over with the merging, squashing and all those things, rebasing and stuff, which are the advanced concepts of a git. Before that, you have to understand two things here. The first is, here I have uploaded few of the document exercises. One is your git exercise 1, where what you have to do, you create a new folder called shopping, initialize a git repo inside that shopping folder. Okay, then make a new file called yard.txt and make another new file called groceries.txt, and make a commit including both of these empty files using the message it is giving. Next, in the yard.txt, you have to add these two lines. Okay, in the groceries.txt, you have to add these two lines. Once done, then you have to make the commit only to the groceries.txt first, and then you have to make the commit only to the yard.txt. Means this is your commit. So this is your third commit. Okay, first commit here you have made, second you are making here, third one you are making here. Now once you add up and the following, so once you are doing what, that you will be adding up these groceries.txt. Okay, this couple of sweet potato and these things, and again you are making the changes. Okay, so this will be going to your fourth commit. Okay, and so now you will see total of 4 commit at the end. This exercise I want every one of you to practice right now in last 15 minutes before, and if you have any issues, let me know. Similar way, I have created a branching exercise, and you will create a new folder name as patronus. Okay, make a new Git repo inside the folder. Means you again you are not in an existing repo, means you have to again do a Git initialize. You create a folder patronus.txt and leave that empty. Do a commit one and this done. Then again make a branch name as Harry and another branch name as Snare. Okay, those two branches you have to make. Switch over to the Harry branch. Okay, switch over to the Harry branch. Now in patronus.txt, just copy this file and just copy this image and add it. Okay, and commit the changes. Then again move over to the Snap branch. Okay, and add this file in the patronus.txt. Add this line. Okay, follow the documentation properly. Now again create a new branch. Okay, called Lily. Okay, and move to the Lily branch, and then edit the file and again add something on the, instead of Snape's patronus line, this line just replace this word with a Lily. Okay, there. Now once you have done with all those things, make sure that you have committed everything. Okay, and then you can see that whatever the commit and all there, you will commit on the each branches separately, and you will delete the Snape branch. Okay, this exercise you will do at home. So last 15 minutes, start doing the open up your drive, and everyone should practice the exercise 1. Anyone has any questions, ask me. So how many of you have enjoyed the session today so far and learned something new? Unmute yourself and speak up here one by one. Ramesh.
I really enjoyed, but the only thing is, the Git. Last time that I lost, I'm unable to practice. That's the only thing. But I'm understanding. Initially, even I mentioned this clearly to you that I would be exploring more in future. That's the reason I'm actually attending.
Okay.
But yes, after this, I'll try to again get back to. I've done last week, but I had to change the laptop.
That's no problem. Make sure that you do follow the exercises if you're not following right now. Okay.
Sure.
Deepika.
Yes, Sachin. I do. Sorry.
You followed the things? Deepika.
Yes, Sachin. I followed. Got to know about the branch, how to switch the branch, and the differences of how to track as well, delete the folders and files.
Yes. Guys, Git is very important for each one of us. These days in industry, Git is used, and it is very important how you are working on branches and these things. We'll be moving over, merging. If you didn't understand, that is also okay, because we'll be doing a practical for more than that again tomorrow. You will enjoy doing that too. Tomorrow we'll complete the Git fully. Okay. Good, Deepika. Practice exercise 1. Go ahead, Vishnu.
Yeah, Sachin, today I enjoyed the session, creating the branch, and under the branch we are creating the files, and deletion comparison between small d and big capital letter D.
Okay.
And I need to do practice on this exercise.
Okay, Yashwant. Shilpa.
Sachin, yes, today we have learned about what is branching and why it is used in Git, as well as how to switch between the branches and how to create the branch and how to switch between the branches, as well as we also learned about the ignore Git command, which is mainly used not to track the files and those things, as well as how to delete the branch locally and also from the remote, and how to push and all. Yeah, we need to practice it, these comments,
Yeah.
to have a better understanding on both.
Yeah. Rajeshwari?
Hi, Sachin. I followed today's session, but the thing is, this is the first time I'm learning Git or Git commands and all. So it will take some time for me to practice. But yeah, I want to practice. I can understand what all you are saying and the commands, but I have to practice. I can say that.
Ankit?
Yeah, hi Sachin. So today I learned about branching concept, how to create different branches from the master, and how to commit the code to the different branches. And also I have learned about git ignore, what is the use of git ignore, and also I have learned about the different strategies, how to delete the branches locally or remote, all these things. Yeah.
So was it something new for you, or you have already tried it?
Yeah, that git ignore part is new for me. Other things I tried. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mithil?
Yeah, Sachin, I'm following everything whatever you say, but we are not using in our day-to-day activities. That's why we are after sometimes
No
we are
problem, but
forgetting.
yeah, that's why I'm giving you the exercises and these things, right? That
Yeah,
because once you practice, and that is only the reason to ask in the last 15 minutes with each and every one of you, so that you listen and you also speak, so you get to know that okay, what we have learned so far. Okay,
yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
it's good. Okay, so okay, practice, guys. Last 10 minutes, just make sure you complete the exercise one, hardly 5-7 minutes of a task. So yeah, meanwhile tomorrow we will go ahead with uh, the GitHub merge and how to avoid the merge conflicts. Then we'll talk about the git fetch, git pull, the differences, git stashing, rebasing, cleaning up history, and all those things. So tomorrow we'll complete the git part.
So the conflict would be occurring only when multiple people are working on the same file. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Is there any other scenario other than this?
No,
Conflict.
only if two files are being edited around at the same time, then only conflict can occur, right? I'm also editing the same file, you are also editing the same file. That is only the scenario where you can come across the conflict.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. So make sure that you practice the git exercise one, and with the git log, just share me the screenshot over the WhatsApp group. Okay, just write once you are done with that git exercise one, then just do git log and share me the screenshot of git log with the first four commits which you have, the first four commits which you have made with the instructions. So I'll get to know that whether you have practiced it or not. And so guys, it's for your own benefit, there's no benefit of mine. As much as you practice, you will be familiar with the commands, you will be familiar with what exactly issues you are facing. Feel free to drop a message to me if you are facing any issues or something. Okay, so yeah, so let's connect again. I don't want to, anytime I make sure that I don't want to cover up more than two topics in a session, because that will just give your brain a more exercise for the storming things. So slowly, and things like you will be more familiar with the Linux commands, more familiar with the stuffs like you guys are doing now. So we will do the pace up. However, tomorrow make it's the Git session will complete, and then we will start over with the Jenkins, which is our another new topic. So make sure every one of you join and learn more good things about the Git and the stuff. Okay. Okay. So any other questions? Any other things from anyone?
No.
Okay.